What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about some rods and some reels today. So we have a bunch of brand new stuff that is launching this spring. So it's like not even out yet. This is like our first look.
A day ago.
Or it came out a day ago. Go buy it then, or don't. But we've got stuff from Cashion. We got Eurotackle. You picked up a bougie rod, which we normally don't do, but we're going to show that off.
You asked for it.
I didn't ask for it.
Not you.
Oh.
You.
Give me it.
We reached out and we were like, hey, you know, we typically don't go over like $200 for rods, right? That's kind of the line. And for reels too, it's like $250 is really the line for us. We don't go over that.
Same.
And you guys were like, what about this? What about this? What about this? And I kind of asked the question on one of our lives, like, do you want to see us do a little bit more high-end stuff? And the answer was yes. And one of the things that came up a bunch was like Daiwa rods. So that's why the Tatula Elite, we found a way to make that happen.
So there's that. And then there's a brand new reel from ARK.
Oh, yeah.
That just dropped, and it's $100. And we're pretty stoked to test that one out. And I've got one that we picked up from Eurotackle that I just want to show off too because it goes into this video, and I'm excited about it.
Also.
Yeah. All right.
Actually.
Also that. Pinkies out all around.
That's right. So we're going to make you wait on the reels. We're going to say those for last. There's only a couple, but we have a lot of rods to talk about.
We'll start with Eurotackle. We got the new Rise series of rods that they're dropping. They have them in bait finesse options as well as ultralight spinning options. And they also have solid tip, so solid carbon tip to it, which is going to have ultimate flexibility. And then they have their regular tips as well.
Standard, the same as the blank. Now, with the solid tip, think about it more like your ugly sticks, right? Where you're getting that, one, because it's white, you get contrast, so you're going to be able to see a bite without alerting the fish nearly as much. And then when you do your hook set, all of a sudden it's like, surprise, I'm a hook. So we have a couple different models. I think Jeff has the saltwater one. This one is the, it says right here in cursive, you got, your kids probably can't even read that, hard bait special. So this is the 6.5 BFS ultralight. I like the full size locking nut combined with the minimalist reel seat, so that you're getting like the full feel in hand on the front end, and on the back end and the lightweight and all that, you're getting the minimal.
So I have the soft lure special, both in the ultralight, both models that we have that go down to the 1/32 ounce. And with the soft lure, I mean, any plastics I want to throw, it should be good with this. It'd be like more bottom contact, and also probably strolling a little bit.
Absolutely.
Or paddle tails.
You do get ceramic guides. They do have a lot of, so we wanted to get both the 2-piece and the 1-piece. So the 2-piece come with, you see these 2 white dots? So when you put this together in your freaking like 2-inch long ferrule, the longer the better. It's gonna, you know, help you out. You heard me. But when you want to line these up, you don't have to like look down the guideline. You just line up the dots, push it in, and it is like perfect, good to go. That is like a fly fishing thing that's been around for forever. I don't know why all 2-piecers don't do that, but they don't all do that. One thing I want to say, $100 for these combos, right? So, or not combos,
for the rod.
$100 for the rod. For a BFS rod that is designed by, you know, someone overseas, by a company that really specializes in like ultralight, bait finesse styles, they're really going to know their stuff. I have a lot of faith that Eurotackle is going to do a really good job with the design. And when you're buying a BFS rod, in my opinion, design, rod blank design and action is the most important thing. Like that is what's going to carry you more than like the stat sheet. So I think I'm really excited to try these out. We do have we have 2 of the spinning setups coming as well. Really excited to mess with them. And I think for $100, the Cashion Kestrel is $90 and has a lot of similar features. They have that really minimalist reel seat. This has a couple higher end components. If you want to save a couple bucks, I have used those. I've been really happy with them. They did a great job, but I will also say that this is going to be kind of at the top of my list just as a default. I really think the design of these rods and the selections that they've made did a good job. This is also not their first rodeo. This is their second round, and they're hitting that low price point. So if you ask for a recommendation for me on like best value, this is probably going to be it for a while.
We're going to put them head to head though this year. So we'll compare the Cashion Kestrel models to these and see which one we prefer most.
Yep.
All right, next up, we got some rods from Cashion.
Cashion.
Yeah, so this is the Element series, but they now have a multi-purpose option. So
what's the Element series?
The Element series is the affordable options of American-made rods. In our opinion, it's a more affordable option of American-made rods that come from Cashion. Cashion makes several different models of their rods. They have the woven carbon fiber like handle option, which is around $250.
That is the Icon series, and
Yep.
they are very nice.
Yeah, they are really nice. We like them a lot. The Element series swaps that woven carbon for the cork on the grip there, and I mean, it's still like a fantastic looking rod blank that's really comfortable in hand, and they come down in price to $129.
And they have a BFS one in the lineup too, so
Which we have, and we're going to test out this year.
One thing to call out about Cashion, all of the components come from the USA. These are made in the USA, designed in the USA, and even the components are coming from the USA. So we're talking about a fully USA sourced product at $130. It's hard to explain what an achievement that is, and the fact that they've done it at this level of quality is pretty sweet.
And we have the owner of Cashion on our podcast, so if you want to learn more about it, you can go check out that live podcast, which we'll link in the description below. So, spinning model, we've got a 7-foot medium heavy. There's your reel seat right there. Pretty basic reel seat. Got the cork handle there. Overall, though, if you haven't had the Element series in hand, there's our American flag there. They are very nice.
They got
very nice components.
New blank. So custom. The owner is a doctorate, and he is a scientist. So
he knows what he's talking about.
He knows his stuff. But yeah, there's a matte finish. I have not seen the matte finish anywhere else than that. I realized, because it's on the tag, is brand new. A lot of times you get this finish right here. It's almost like a high gloss. You could like basically see into the rod's soul. But these ones are matte, and they look really, really cool.
So this is their CRZM carbon blank. That's like the big new feature on these, but there's some of the features, as you can see from the tag. Yeah, I'm excited to test this out. Hassle-free 3-year warranty. Let's go.
3-year warranty on a made in America? Yeah. Dude, that's sick. Yeah, so these are your do-it-alls. So what are you getting? This one that I'm holding, the casting model, is a 7-1, mod fast, medium heavy, 3/8 to 1 ounce is the rating. And honestly, the fact that it's a 7-1 mod fast gets me freaking hyped. We've been hyping up the mod fast for a long time. The amount of flexibility you get on that setup is just insane, and it does a lot of things really well. So I hand it to them. They're on their game. Also, this is such a small thing. I absolutely love these keepers. These are my faves.
Oh yeah,
like with the ones that come standard. These are my faves. They're so durable.
All right, so there's Cashion. A couple of good rods from there that we're going to test out. I see that Paul is calling the medium mod. Immediately went to his rod.
It goes to the rod rack.
So one last thing I want to call out before we transition to the next set of rods is the fact that with this new release, there was a very small, very limited issue with the first run, and that if you got the bait casting model. So Debo's Fishing called this out to us. Shout out to Debo. If you're not following Debo's Fishing, go do that immediately. But he discovered that if you got a bait casting Element Z2 rod with 8+1 guides, check your tag, check your whole setup, look for the 8+1. It actually should be 9+1. There should be one more guide, and if you don't have that extra guide, what can happen is if you really put a big bend in the blank, the line is actually going to rub against that matte finish, and that matte finish actually that matte blank has some texture to it. It is going to fray your line, and you're going to lose fish. I mean, at some point, it's going to happen, and if you don't lose a fish, you're losing a bait. Either way, you're losing something. You're not happy. Cashion's going to stand by everything that they do, as always, which is why we love pumping them up, and so reach out to them, and they will get you taken care of. So just wanted to call that out just in case you have that problem. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Thanks, guys.
So here's your bougie one. So, oh God,
I've
been attacked. All right, so we got a bougie option here, the Tatula Elite. And I mean, if any of us out here are saying we never wanted a Tatula Elite, we are also lying
to my face. Yeah, so this is one of those scenarios where, again, you guys had asked, like, hey, can we do some of the
nice sleeve?
Super nice sleeve. Yeah, it's got the open bottom there, so you and it is a spinning sleeve, so that's pretty important. Look at these guides.
Who buys spinning rods?
This guy, I use them a lot. So they have the AGS guides. These things are, I was kind of like out on them. I didn't really understand them, and now that I'm seeing them, like, these things are insane.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Like, what the fart?
Those are crap.
These are these things are insane. One of the things that actually drew me to this specific model is the way that they have the locking on the seat, so the real seat. So you get the foam
bottom up.
I do like foam,
not
but
top
I
down.
like the seat on the bottom, the locking nut on the bottom, not on the top, because when you're spinning, when you have a setup, you grab it from here. This is how you hold it. So why do we have like the least sensitive designed area? That would be the locking nut on top on most rods. It makes no sense. Do it from the back.
Tell me what bothers you, Paul.
That's what I do.
Dude.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
You don't need this rod.
Yeah, okay.
Bye, Paul.
No, I need this rod. It is absolutely beautiful. I went with the shaky head basically model. So this is going to be your kind of like bottom contact special. This will do really well for some of the drop shot type stuff. I know.
That's something that's going to bother Paul, though.
I'm already mad.
It's at the bottom. It's
But,
so tiny, the hook
Don't
keeper.
worry. I fixed it. We got the Fin Man set up here. So,
Yeah.
dude, these things are going to be freaking awesome. So I'll do a short on these later, but I got my own separate hook holder for those.
Man, really, really nice. Also, one of the lightest
Lighter
rods.
than heck.
Like,
So
insane.
stats on this. This is their shaky head, small swim bait drop shot. That is basically
Perfect.
Those are the ways that I like to fish the most.
for spinning setups, most of all, yeah.
That's right. So it's a 7.3 medium, 3/16 ounce to ½ ounce. I'll tell you right now, that is my favorite weight range. I feel like every rod that I've had in that weight range, I've just absolutely loved. Yeah. Looks absolutely insane. I'm super hyped on it, and I will let you guys know after I get a little time on it how it compares to maybe like some of the Cashion models. So if you wanted to double the price or more, if you're looking at the Element series, like is it worth it or not? And that's a question that you guys have asked us, and that's one that we want to be able to answer.
How much is this?
$300 for
$299
for this rod.
for
$299. They did have a special, so I got a free shirt. So I feel like that wasn't worth it.
that? What?
So we have the Daiwa, the 2 Cashions, the 2 Eurotackle, soon to be 4. So I think that's it for rods. Now we can get you down to the reels.
So we got 2 reels that we want to share with you guys today. One, we've got the Scorpion DC. This is a 2021 model that we picked up on Digitaka. It's so cool, I want to put it in 2 videos to deal with it. And then we've got the brand new ARK Gravity G2. So that one...
And by brand new, like
just hit the market.
Yeah, by brand new, like when you look everywhere, it's not available anywhere, and it's only listed on ARK's website. So it's very new. The last time that happened was when they dropped their BFS style reel, and when we ordered it, we had to wait 4 months before it actually landed because we were way ahead of the curve. Totally worth it. It was a sick reel.
We had a freaking while.
It's a great reel.
So we've got the 151 XG model. It's a left-hand retrieve, but it is the 8-speed model that I am currently considering using for my Texas rig setup because I am retiring my Abu Garcia Revo SX because I wasn't happy with it.
So this is the Corrado DC. So
they look similar.
They look very similar. They are not that similar.
They are not.
They have a very similar frame. They both have the digital chip. But when you
digital
sorry,
control.
not digital chip. When you have the DC, so they both have that digital control where you've got a chip managing your spool. You can see the difference. So Jeff popped his off. I'm doing the same thing. When you hold them side by side, these are not the same. They are similar, not the same. So a lot more adjustability on that spool than this one. A couple more options, ways to manage your casting. And yeah, I mean, both great reels, obviously. You're not going to miss, but the Scorpion DC is going to be one that we'll put up against that Corrado.
Stoked about it. Also open for recommendations. I called it out in our Digitaka video. If you guys...
Well, you should say where you got it, because that's why we ended up with this reel. We did not buy this on anywhere in the domestic market because you really can't get it.
eBay, Digitaka, Asian Portal, something like that is where you're going to get these. And usually you get like a 2021, maybe a 22 model on those. So this is a 2021. It holds up. I mean, it's going to be good. It's been one of the most requested reels maybe on the channel. People are like, when are you getting the Scorpion DC? And I'm like, I don't know.
Someday?
Yeah. So eventually bought it. It came out to around $250 on Digitaka with the conversion from yen to US dollars. So, I mean, not too crazy when you consider the price of the Corrado DC is $250.
And the dollar, as of this filming, is super strong right now. So you're getting, it's pretty nice.
So yeah, I mean, I think it was worth it, and I'm open to recommendations on what setup to put this on and info about the settings, because there's internal settings, external settings, and they are different from the DCs that I'm used to. So open to hearing that. All right.
And then we're also going to compare that. We have incoming in the next couple of days the Shimano SLX XT DC. So I picked that up a couple of weeks ago. It should be here anytime now, right? And then
it's right here.
And then we'll put those head to head for the season. So more to come, a little more bougie stuff. Again, you guys dictate what comes here for us to test, check out. We'll give you our aggressively average opinion.
All right, you guys. So last up, we've got the ARK Gravity G2, and it looks like this. And it looks exactly like the ARK Gravity One.
But it is not the same.
But it is not the same. It actually, go to the side plate, that's immediately the first thing you
oh,
see there.
wow. What's the difference there?
So the Gravity 1 is $80. The
Mhm.
G2 is $100. And one of the biggest differences is that now, at the lowest possible price point from ARK, you're getting their internal adjustment, which is this right here. So there's 3 different settings that you can adjust this to, and that's internally. Externally,
So cool.
you have an additional number. Hang on. Externally, you've got 20 adjustments as well. So if you do the math, 20 times 3 is what, Paul?
60. So
Is it? I'm kidding.
Like, wait, what? So basically what that means is you get 3 ranges internally. And then within each one of those 3, whichever one you select, you have 20 more minute adjustments to do on the exterior.
It's freaking nuts. So
that is proprietary. I've not seen that one from anywhere else.
people will call out as the Hybo Air Rise. Yes, you're not wrong.
Same
And also
company.
they work together on that. So that's why. Point is, it has an insane amount of adjustments, which is really cool. We've had pretty good experience with these adjustments because they're the same on the ARK Gravity BFS reel, which is like my go-to favorite BFS reel. I've loved it since it came out. We pre-sailed that one, waited forever, got it at the very end of the season, but I did get to use it a lot last year. It was great.
And when you compare that to the internals on the G1, you just got your basic mag set up right there. Really nice spool, but you got your basic mag set up. Now, I will say this. I haven't used the G2 yet, so we have no idea, but I will tell you, for
fresh out the box,
for
unspooled.
for $80, it's really hard to beat the G1 on
G1's
value.
a good value.
Rock solid, performed really well, was probably of the sub $100 bait casters we used in the top 1 or 2.
It was your
smoothest.
favorite.
It was
I
my
think.
favorite.
Yep.
I absolutely love it.
Yep.
It's been, and it's the small size is really nice. Like I just think they did a really nice job on the design. So yeah, you get a little more with that one for a couple more bucks.
This is also a very light reel. It feels really comfortable in hand. So here's some specs on it that you can see right there. You can see it's 7 ounces. So I mean that's an average weight for a reel, average to light.
For that price.
For this price, that's pretty good. A lot of times you're getting in the 7+ ounce range, so we're like right at the cusp of 7. That's pretty good. With your super high-end reels, that's where you're paying up and you're getting down into the 5 or even below 5 ounce range.
Yep.
And usually that's like a $250 plus reel. So pretty solid for $100. Feels really good in hand, and I'm excited to test it out. And again, we have the ARK BFS, we got the G1, we got the G2, and we actually have a G5. We unboxed this a while ago on the channel.
A G5 airplane?
No, G6. Not yet. One day, the aggressively average G6. 400 years from now. All right. So there's the G5, which gives you that all-metal frame, has a lot of other settings on this. Now, this one also has the internal adjustments that you can do there on the spool. To have many settings on your braking. It also has the pound test you can set on the side plate, which is interesting, and I never use it.
I think people always want that, and it's such a good idea, but like I've never been the person that's like to use it, and it never works the way that I want it to.
So all around, this is $190. I used it for quite a bit of of last season, and I'm gonna have Paul use it a little bit this year. I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of this.
I think for the price, I think it's a little bit of a struggle. So
I think the G2 fills a slot, or even the G3 at $130, I think it is, might be a better go-to from me as far as a recommendation. Once you get to $190, there's a lot of things I expect out of a reel.
It better be a banger.
Yeah, and this one I think is close, but not quite.
Well, you compare that to the Corrado at $209, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of tough.
It's tough for me not to spend up just a little bit to get, in my opinion, a better reel. So while I wasn't a fan of the G5,
love the G1.
We love the G1. I think I'm going to like the G2.
I love the BFS.
The BFS is my favorite BFS reel. So, it's just like one miss in the entire lineup.
And I really want the 7 so bad. I want to try it really, really badly.
And I do want to see if it's like a lot better than this. So just to point out like things that bothered me about this.
Hey, we've told you guys, we've told companies in the past, like you get what you get. I'm not going to sugarcoat everything. If we don't like the 5, you're going to hear about it.
So the big thing on this that bothers me is this front plate where your finger ends up most of the time. It's plastic, and it has some give to it. So it feels a little... Here's what the problem is. It feels crunchy, and it sounds grindy. And
it's not nearly as smooth as the G1, which is weird to me. The G1 is like super smooth. Yeah, so I mean, realistically, I think at the end of the day, At the price point, it's a little bit of a challenge with the 5. With the 2, especially having our experience with the 1 and the BFS through it, we're really excited to see it. And I would love to try the 7 and be able to go through and say, like, look, top to bottom at these price points, yes, maybe, no, right? That would be the best.
Yep. That's all we got for this video, you guys. Obviously, we got to get this stuff out in the water and actually test it. And that's how this channel works. So we get stuff, we unbox it, we show you, we do a first look impression, and then we go hit the water. We do this every time with all the gear that we get, because what would be the point otherwise? And then we can't really give a full review on it. So you'll get the full AAA assessment on all of these products once the ice melts and we get to go out and fish with it. So if you haven't, be sure to be subscribed so you can stay tuned for those videos when they drop. And we appreciate you all for watching this one. Maybe smash that like and we'll catch you on the next video, okay?
We're jumping.
Bye.